Hello and a very warm welcome. Let's talk Lewis Hamilton. One of his worst weekends in a very long time. Up there with Monaco 2011. Lewis Hamilton was really poor, off the pace. Body language terrible. Yeah, what is going on with Lewis? Is Abu Dhabi still playing on his mind? Because the first 4 rounds have not been great. Bahrain, he got a lucky podium. Saudi was completely off the pace. Outshined by George. Out in Q1. Australia was okay, but team orders came into play really. And then Imola was a disaster. All weekend outside the top 10. All weekend schooled by George Russell. Just got stuck in a DRS train. But others were overtaking. I don't know what it was. It was a poor weekend. It was really bad. Off the pace all weekend. There's no excuses. You just got to hold your hands up. Yeah, George had the edge all weekend. As we lie, George has had a fantastic start to his Mercedes career. He lies fourth in the championship on 49. Lewis has only got 28 points and lies seventh. So already George finds himself 21 points ahead. Wow. Yeah, George has been very consistent, finished every race, in the top 5. Lewis was so poor, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's obvious the Mercedes is uncompetitive, it's difficult, but George is getting the maximum out of the car. He's kind of outperforming the car where Lewis is really struggling. Now, is Abu Dhabi playing on his mind? He was coming back this year to win the 8th, and it's gone terrible. They're not in the title fight, and his body language was really poor all weekend, really. Yeah, just saying, like, out the title race and all this, a really poor interview. I mean, his motto is, we win and we lose together, yet he's showing signs of giving up. I mean, he should be rallying behind everyone at the factory. This is the time they need you more than anything. It's alright winning for 8 years in a row, but now the team needs you more than ever. He also got a ticking off Toto Wolff for being so negative on the radio. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Lewis will be back, 100%. Yeah, we support in the good times, we support in the bad times, but there's no excuse in Imola. It was absolutely dreadful. 2029 and Hamilton's still trying to overtake Pierre Gasly. I don't know. When I first started supporting Lewis, it's because he was so aggressive. He had numerous and numerous of runs on the outside of Pierre Gasly. Yeah, and just couldn't get through. Stuck behind the AlphaTauri. It was a DRS train, but I don't know. After like 10 laps, I thought we would have seen a bit more aggression. It was up there with one of the worst weekends, like ever. It was up there with Shades of Monaco 2011. Just nothing. No pace, no aggression, no fight really. He gave it everything, just couldn't get past. Yeah, and we need to be seeing a much better motivated Lewis Hamilton, because right now his haters are loving this, absolutely loving it. It's down to the car. He's overrated. He only won because of the car. He only won because of the car. George is schooling him. Yeah, he's been exposed. He's been exposed. So the haters are loving it right now. But Lewis will be back. No doubting in my mind. You don't win over 100 Grand Prix, 100 poles. He's won in poor machinery before. There's no doubting in my mind he'll win again. Yeah, but he needs to regroup over these next couple of weeks before Miami, because the Imola weekend was a disaster from start to finish. Constantly outside the top 10. Beaten by George. Just nothing, no pace, no aggression. The team even came on the radio. Do you want to take a gamble 2 laps before everyone else came in? No, it's too early. And then he loses a load of places. Got jumped by Ocon, Gasly, and who was the other one? Stroll, was it? No, Albon. So yeah, and then contact in the pit lane, slow pit stop. It was one of the worst weekends ever. Yeah, comment down below. What do you think? What's going on with Lewis Hamilton? I mean, he got a lucky podium at Bahrain, but since then, it's been really poor. Really poor. Saudi was a disaster. Imola was a disaster. Georgia's looking much more comfortable, and he's only in his 4th race. Now, I do expect Lewis to be back. Like I say, you support through the good and bad times. He's going through a tough moment, but he needs to get behind the team. Stop with this nonsense in the media. Oh, we're out the title race. It is what it is. The car's dreadful. And another thing that he takes he takes all the credit when he does a good job, but he's quick to blame the team when it goes wrong, and that's got to change. This team has been fantastic, but they've really struggling this season. Yeah, other teams have done a better job. Mercedes, this proportion issue, they need to solve it fast but Ferrari are bouncing, but they're quick. Mercedes are bouncing and they're just slow. Yeah, comment down below your thoughts on Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, one of the worst weekends I can remember being a Lewis fan. It was really bad.